When I started my business in 1995, it was very difficult. I had an idea. I invited 24 of my friends in my apartment because that year I went to Seattle, my first trip to the USA. In Seattle, I discovered internet. I never touched computer in my life before because computer was so expensive to me and so complicated. I invited 24 of my friends to my apartment. After 2 hours of explaining what I'm gonna do, internet, and 23 of them say, forget it. He said, this thing never worked because there's no such thing called internet in the world. You know nothing about a computer, so why you wanna do this? And only one people, he said, Jack, if you want to try it, just to try it. But if there's something wrong, just come back. And after a whole night thinking, I say, I still want to do it. Because most of the people, they have a fancy ideas in the evening, but in the day, when they wake up in the evening or in the morning, they go back to do the same job. We have to do something different. So from there, I started my business borrowing $2,000 from my relatives and friends. So that was my trip. I call myself like a blind man riding on the back of blind tigers. And those people who are expert of riding horses, they all fall down and I'm still surviving. None of us has money. But if somebody say, I give you $1 million and I give you trust, which one I would choose? I choose those people who give me the trust. Because it's the trust that make us be united. It's the trust. I think 18 founders, they trusted me. Because they trusted me, I have to be very loyal to them and loyal to the mission that we have. When I go to the China company registration office, I said, I want to register a company called Hangzhou Hope Internet Company. The guy looked at me and say, this is the English dictionary. Tell me there's no word called internet. Why you want to register a company called internet? So I cannot register a company name. When we were young, nobody gave us a chance. Now we're big. We should give young people a chance. Yeah, our GMV last year, $550 billion is almost like Argentina. We are ranking number 21, 22 country, GDP-wise. And in next 3 years, we'll go across $1 trillion. And we hope in 20 years, by year 2036, we will be the 5th largest economy of the world. That is America, China, Europe, Japan, and there is economy. We believe that economy, there will be a virtual economy that every small business of the world can leverage that economy. They can sell their products across the world. Every consumer of every country, they can buy things through their mobile phone or any device through all over the world. I would say next 10, 20 years, the small business, no matter where you are, if you do not try to globalize your business through internet, you may not have a business opportunity. When I hire people, I always want to hire those people who are smarter than I am. And today I give a lot of advice to my colleagues. When they hire people, there's one judge. Look at the young man. If you think he will be your boss, he will be my boss in 5 years, hire him. The thing is, I don't want to die in my office. I want to die on the beaches. My job is not to make people happy. My job is to make people think. This is the way we did. If it is helpful for you, take it. If it's not helpful for you, just forget it. So I thought when I'm 40, I can go back to teach. But when I'm 40, oh my God, life was so tough, so tough. My company almost in big trouble. So I say, I should not leave. And then I say, when I'm 45, I should retire. When I'm 45, I cannot stop it. And then I start to prepare, people say, Jack, you are the next Bill Gates. I say, I cannot compete with Bill Gates, but I can compete with Bill Gates who can retire earlier. I've been saying this to my team since when we were in the apartment. When we were in the apartment, I say, guys, in next 10 years, or in the future, Alibaba will be the top 10 websites of the world. And my founders look at me and say, what does number 10 mean? Today we're ranking like a 500 million something at the back. But you have to believe it. And then I told the team that internet is like 10,000 meters running racing. We just finished the first 100 meters yet. Do not think the people beside you is a competitor. Running for another 3,000 meters, then you know who is a competitor. Since 1995 I started business, I almost failed every project, never survived. For the first 3 years of Alibaba, we had no revenue, no business model. And I told the team, forget about the money, revenue today. If you want to be a long-term company, the only thing think about is customers. The best revenue for our first 1 or 2 years, the best revenue is what? It's the email of thanks. That's the best revenue. As an entrepreneur, today is very difficult, and tomorrow is even more difficult. But the day after tomorrow is very beautiful. Most people die tomorrow evening. You have to work hard, you have to learn, you have to rely on your team. And that's about business.